Well, Jeff, day 3 out here, how'd the guys look?
You can tell the pads are, a little different out there. It's always a little bit of a acclimation period. And so we were in shell, and they gave me good work. And practice 3 is always a little bit tougher because 3 days in a row, right, of going that hard. And first day of pads. So there's a few hiccups and stuff we'll clean up on the video, but it was good work.
You guys gonna go again tomorrow, or you take a little off them, or just kind of grind through this first week?
We always crescendo down. That's just the way we do it. We somewhere between 20 and 22 periods the first day, and then we knock it down a couple of periods, knock it down a couple of periods, knock it down a couple of periods, and we'll do some things tomorrow, make it a little more creative, a little more fun, just to have them a little excited. It's Saturday, it's the day they're used to playing their game, so we'll try to be creative but yet still get better, just so we can change it up enough where those kids are excited about being here.
I think there's a fan event tomorrow to get some autographs. You excited to see some of your supporters?
Yeah, I hope some people show up. It's just really, once you get to know the kids, it's just so much different. And it's such a different experience. And people always ask me about our crowd. And I think that's one of the deals about our crowd is they know our kids somehow. You just feel it the way they cheer for them and carry on. And we got a bunch of really good kids. So they're a hard group to not like. So we hope everybody shows up and give you all some of our time and get to know some of our fans too. Be good for all of us.
Jeff, when you look at the offensive line, which spots seem to have pretty solidified starters, and which ones are you still looking at that seem to be open competition?
I'll know a little more today. Just watching a full padded workout. Some of those new guys are just still learning a little bit, but I'd say there's still some battles to be settled. And some I feel really good about, but as you know from covering us the last 3 years, you can plan all you want to and get out there and in 6 snaps your whole offensive line be totally, decimated, and you're just switching, you're grabbing walk-ons, new kids and defensive linemen and making them offensive linemen right in the middle of the season. So I don't know if you can anticipate everything, but we're trying our best to play a lot of kids in a lot of positions, just so in case we're to hit that bad luck streak again.
You have a lot of guys with experience because of those circumstances. Do you envision rotating offensive line, or would you like to find a solid 5 you can start?
No, I always like to play 8 or 9 kids. If they earn it and they can play, we're gonna play them. We're one of the few offensive lines in the country we'll sub during a series. I never see that. We'll roll them out there. Of course, it takes them 5 minutes to recover just from running from the field to the sideline. But we'll rotate them. If we're on a long drive, which we've been on a few of those, about play 6, we'll shift some guys around and get them out there. It's just if they can get on the field and do it. If they can, it's better for everybody.
How's Makai looking out there?
He's been really good. He's a veteran, right? He's a wonderful human. He's won a lot of games for us before, and last year was very frustrating for him. So he's done a great job taking care of his body. He's a really good football player. Great dad, great family man, just a really good dude.
He wouldn't have been back had all the injuries not happened, right?
Right.
This year, so it's kind of a blessing in disguise.
We got a few of those. We got a few of those guys that, it's pretty tough for him to go through what he went through. He got his knee, the 6th play of the game against Houston, and then he's not back at all. He hurts the other one. And we're really glad to have him back. It's nice to have your starting right tackle back. I guess I don't even know how long he's been with me. A long time.
How do you approach practice this time of year with a guy like that? Do you take a little bit off of him just because he's been through it all before?
We do that with all of our guys that have been with us a long time. We really monitor our big guys that have played a ton of football. Just our 1s, we don't go as many racks with our 1s as we do our 2s and our 3s, because our 1s are such veterans. Now, Buffalo's not, so you're trying to up his reps, but you don't want to do it at the sake of the other 4 kids that have played a lot of reps. Bentley probably played in every game last year, started most of them. Ernesto, when he was not injured, has played off and on for us for 3 years. Who do I have at right guard? I don't even know who I got right now. I got my right tackle's Makai right now. He's played a ton. I'm drawing a blank.
Ben Haynes?
Oh yeah, T. Haynes been there forever.
Yeah.
He has Xerxes. He was hurt all last year as well. So you don't have to really worry about the left guard over. They just played a ton of ball. That left tackle just getting a lot of reps there for Buffalo and Walker and Meach back from injury. Getting a lot of reps at tackle there and getting Daniel up to speed just because he was new.
You've mentioned Buffalo a couple times already this fall. What has he shown you to get in that mix as a potential starter so early on?
He's just a pro when it comes to every day. He busts his tail. He works hard. He's long. He's very athletic. He wants to be great, and he's just steady every day. You've heard me say it a million times. Trust is truth over time, and he stacked a lot of good days together. I'm not really into guys that show me something one day and go back the other way. I can't count on that fella. I love him. Going to keep working with him. Try to make him more mature, but you just can't get a steady performance of excellence if you're not consistent every day by stacking great days on top of another, winning the day.
Jeff, the D-line is another group you've mentioned about being pretty deep. Just what have you seen out of that group so far?
Just they're great leaders. They're fun kids. Defense is always where the fun is, right?
Yeah.
Booker Brown, Brandon Brown, Cyrus, and Joe. There's just a lot of good dudes in there. Christian Clayton's been around forever. North Shore, Ty Leonard, he just continues to get better, 275 pounds now.
Yeah.
Just we got some good players, and they're fun to be around. I'm sure I didn't name one of them. There's a lot of really good ones in there.
Yeah, Brandon Matterson is one of the guys that's coming back from.
Did I not name him out?
No.
Lord, how could you forget Brandon Matterson? Right? We have a special rule. Everybody has to wear UTSA hats. We wear caps in our team meetings. We're probably the only team that does that. I don't know that, but gotta wear them frontwards, gotta wear them backwards. That's the only rule I got. But we have the Brandon Matterson cowboy hat rule. He gets to wear his cowboy hat. I was raised on a farm, right? So gotta show support to the Cowboys.
With Joe Evans, how did you see him kind of take a step forward and become a starter late in the year last season? What was his development like through that process?
Joe's just a really good kid, man. He's played big time football at LSU, and we were very, very fortunate to win that recruiting battle. I'll always be indebted to my running back at Arkansas, Kendrick Jackson, for sending me his cousin from Haynesville, Louisiana, and I think he'll play in the National Football League, my personal opinion. I think he's a really good football player and a great human being. He's a kind, gentle giant that you just don't want to make upset.
How many days till Houston?
Oh, man, that's a great question, Stephen. You might have got me today. You might have got me today. What is today?
The
Third.
fourth?
Today, 4th. So we got 27 days and then 2 more. So I guess we're at 29. Steven stumped the head coach today. I don't even know what the day is. Shows you the grind I'm in right now, Stephen.
Is that usually how fall plays out at the start of it? Just kind of get in the whirlwind?
Oh, it's just a grind. There's no other way to say it. It's great because there's not a lot of class. I love class. I'm all for student athletes. But you're not having to chase 120 of them to 5 classes, in a week. They usually got 1 class or 2 if they're in some type of grade trouble. That's just a better schedule for us to handle them. So it's a great time because it's all ball, but it's also a bad time because it's all ball a lot. So, but that's why it's fall camp.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.